nublado por el miedo. Te ocultas tras las rejas y tras armas de fuego. Color marrón han embarrado tu confianza. Amarillo, paranoia, otra vez la ambulancia. La constancia en la represión hacia el conocimiento. La ignorancia inculcada por la tele y los medios son el terror con que nos tienen dominados. La violencia es heredada, la traemos.
Beth Rodriguez.
Hi, sorry.
Hi, I'm Detective Contreras. I'll be the one handling your case. You want to come with me to the interview room and we can get started?
Sure, okay. Although I didn't leave the situation when it happened, I didn't run out the room.
Can you tell me what happened next?
I put my dress back on. He made me think that maybe nothing happened. Maybe he didn't do anything wrong. And I was the one acting.
Why didn't you just leave the situation? Why didn't you just leave the situation?
I was scared and alone. No one knew where I was. It felt like I was in survival mode.
Why didn't you leave the situation? You had your chances to leave. Why didn't you leave the situation? 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 I don't see how I can convince a whole room of jurors to believe you. I can bring it up to the DA, but there's a good chance that this will not go to court. There's not enough evidence to prove what happened, and quite frankly, I have over 700 other cases that I'm working on. I really don't believe you're in the utmost danger, but if we do move forward to court, I can tell you that the bad and the ugly will come out. I hope you're ready for that.
And no, it wasn't my fault. He was the one that touched me without consent. He was the one that used my fear to coerce me.
Why didn't you just leave the situation?
It wasn't my fault.
Why didn't you leave the situation? You had your chances to leave.
Although I did not leave the situation when it happened, I didn't run out the room. I did whatever I could to ensure my safety, even if it meant that I had to stay and comply. We have a justice system that does not protect us. They mock us, dismiss us, and even victim blame us. This is why more than half of sexual assault survivors do not report. But what would happen if detectives actually took the time to be more supportive? Would the numbers change?
Rebecca Lane. Wow, desde desde Guatemala. Reina del caos. Perdonen si arruino esta fiesta patria. Esto no es democracia, más bien una falacia. No tienen eficacia las falsas elecciones. El falo que gobierna solo son las erecciones. Son las lecciones de un pueblo sin memoria que se toma las calles pero no lee historia. La verdadera guerra no ha terminado. Los que nos masacraron aún controlan el estado. A quien conviene el orden que se mantiene. Perdonen pero el optimismo ya no me sostiene. Hago lo que puedo pero no es suficiente. Aunque intento no entiendo al resto de la gente.